Hi, sir. Yeah.
Hi, finally, quite some time that you had been preparing and then finally wrote the exam.
Yes, sir. Yeah,
How does this
it's
feel
been
now?
quite a journey.
Finally getting this scores. Eventually, I think it has checked all your boxes, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
740.
Absolutely, sir. I am very happy, very pleased with the score I've achieved.
So,
Uh,
Shoaib, tell us about your prep because it got stretched because of the block in between that you had that unfortunate day. But otherwise, how did you prepare, let's say, for SC, for CR, for RC, and for Quant? And what exactly were the number of, let's say, tests that you would have taken in practice? As you've said that there was nothing unusual on the
yes,
test
sir.
day, but what was your prep strategy for SC, CR, RC, Quant? And how
Okay.
many mocks could you write, probably? Please
Okay,
just tell.
sir. So, let me start off with my prep strategy, sir. Basically, what I realized the mistake I was making, sir, was I wasn't putting in long hours in one stretch.
Mhm,
I would do 36 questions of verbal and 30 questions of quant, and then take a break.
mhm,
Basically, how I modified that, I doubled everything.
mhm,
Uh, and I mean, I heard a lot of your videos where you
mhm.
were saying, long practice is something that needs to be done to, be comfortable with
Absolutely.
all
Yes.
kinds of questions and topics.
Mhm,
And even your team, Sir Soumya and
mhm,
Aman, they both recommended the same thing, to do long practice of
mhm,
all sections. So I essentially doubled the number of from 4 passages, I went to 8 passages a day.
mhm,
From 12 CR, I went to 24 CR, and from 12 SC, I went to 24 SC.
mhm,
And similarly, from quant, 30 questions a day to 60 questions a day.
mhm.
And yeah, essentially, if that's at the basic level, I doubled the number of questions. But on the conceptual level, there were a lot of things which I did again. Uh,
Mhm,
Especially in quants, Aman had suggested that I go through the class videos
mhm,
and the homework questions which you
mhm,
have given just prior to the live
mhm,
class.
mhm,
And that really refreshed all the concepts in my mind.
mhm,
Because I mean, I was really worried about quant in the first attempt also, and
mhm,
I was having timing issues, and
mhm,
conceptual clarity was not there completely. Uh,
mhm,
so this revision of the class videos and the
mhm.
conceptual
It
knowledge.
always helps because they're so comprehensive and they cover every type of question in so much detail that the
Exactly.
last minute, if you do something like that, that's really nice to know. So you went through my videos, the main session video and the live session video also, like each
Yes,
of
sir.
these. That's
Both,
great.
and the homeworks I attempted on my own,
Mhm,
and then saw how you are solving them. And basically,
mhm,
sir, I was trying to inculcate the approach that you've taken in
mhm.
to solve these questions in my mind, and keep it fresh in my head just before the exam. So
That's
the last 10 days
mhm,
before the exam, obviously there were a lot of practice questions happening, but there was a my focus was more on the conceptual part, so that this is set in my mind,
right.
and I can easily apply it. Even on the day of the test, I was just reading the octave notes and
Mhm,
the prime notes, and just reading the conceptual part of it.
mhm,
And that really helped me actually approach problems on the exam day itself.
mhm, mhm.
I was I
Yes.
was able to actually eliminate options which weren't
Mm.
verifiable from the passage, and
Okay.
which weren't really
And
fully
what
verifiable.
that's something that I do understand. I mean, obviously, it would have been a good refresher. But when you
Right.
prepared the first time, like proper depth, SCCRRC, what was your prep
Yes, sir.
strategy? Did you just go through what we gave you, or did you go through
No,
it
no.
twice or thrice? Like, what was the prep strategy
The
for
prep
that?
strategy. So after finishing with the classes
Mhm,
and the coursework and the PDFs, the prep strategy was to attempt at least 4 passages a day,
mhm.
12 CR and 12 SC
As
each
you
day.
said, yeah, that's
Yeah. So that was my daily practice. Um, but
No,
this
but did you struggle with anything in verbal in the beginning? And I was trying to ask you something like SC,
okay.
did the concepts trouble you? Did you have to go through them again and again? Critical reasoning, did it take time to master? Similarly, reading comprehension, did it take time to master? I mean, that level. That's
Yes,
what.
sir. Yes. So out of the three topics, sir, I found CR to be the most challenging for me.
Mhm,
Even though on the test day, maybe RC was a bit harder, but I found CR to be the most challenging. And in that, what I did was, they actually went through the topic wise
mm,
questions,
mm,
and I solved the topic wise question. And so at the base of it, as you teach the assumption
mm,
centrality technique,
mm,
that actually is the crux of everything, almost every CR
mm.
question.
Right,
So
right.
actually IDing that part, and being able to see that clearly in the questions. I remember, sir, you would, when we would be in the class, and you would read the question, already
Mm,
you would be formulating some sort of answer
mm.
before reading the answer options. So
Right.
I would try to sort of do
Mm,
that when I was already reading a question, that okay, if it's
mm,
asking for a weakener, what could weaken? If it's asking
mm,
for a strengthener, what could
mm,
strengthen it? What is
mhm.
the assumption behind this?
Right.
If it's saying the this happens, A happens when B is happening,
Mhm,
then obviously the assumption is that the B
mm.
not to A not kind of thing.
Right, right.
And so the whole conditional reasoning topic which you added,
Mm, mm,
that was also extremely helpful. Actually, I mean,
mhm.
it wasn't. I don't remember it being tested a lot in my exam, but that helped me clear up the other topics as well, because
Right, right. It makes
that
a
is,
huge difference when you have that clarity, I
yeah,
think.
that
So,
goes in depth very much
mm,
into the assumptions and the
right, right.
in between that, and
In math, was there a topic that you struggled with, like a particular topic?
so not 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 generally. I did find a couple of geometry questions
Mm-hmm.
difficult, and you know uh, I believe so in even in that, it's a matter of just knowing some element of that shape or that figure,
Mm.
that will
Yeah, yeah. Mm.
change it from being a 3.5 4 minute process to answering that question to a 1 minute process.
Right, right.
So there were some things which obviously weren't completely fresh in my memory, and
Mhm.
I felt like if I had maybe gone a bit more in depth into the conceptual part, it would have come up.
But you prepared enough, I think, so that I think you kind of plateaued also beyond the point. You just see that, no, this is where I can expect a score. Great, Shoaib. Thanks for coming and all the very best with your application process. We'll press on with the class.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye. Bye, sir. Thanks for having me.